This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com. It's a very rainy and gloomy day here in Ottawa, Canada, which is fitting because of the sad but not surprising news that legendary wrestler, the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan, has passed away after a health battle that has lasted months. Not only was he a legendary wrestler, he booked WCW during its hottest period, and he was a great manager too. He actually managed me as well. And the last time he was manager was actually managing me last year in Ottawa, Canada, when he came to manage me for a Great North Wrestling event that I had 2 matches on. And the second match was against James Storm. So I guess you could say the last match he ever managed was Blood Hunter against James Storm. He had been in the hospital since May, where he had an accident that hasn't actually been released publicly, and underwent emergency surgery that saved his leg, but he had blood clots and faced severe complications, including sepsis. He had a GoFundMe start that Tony Khan actually donated $10,000 to, along with DDP, Chris Jericho, Cody Rhodes, Mick Foley, and others that raised over $50,000. But sadly, it may have helped. I guess he moved from, this accident happened in Florida. He was moved from Florida to Massachusetts. But obviously it wasn't enough. I've known him for about 10 years. He was always very nice to me. I've interviewed him many, many times. He also had a podcast that aired on this channel, and sadly, you could see probably from late, I don't know what exactly caused the speeding up of his health going down, but you could tell probably from late last year on, it almost seemed like his health was going further down with each podcast, which was sad. I worked with him as a manager. He also worked with me as a booker during the period where I was most popular. Every single match I ever had in Texas, he booked the finish too. And he actually is the one that got me booked in Texas back. When you could love me or hate me, I was the most hated wrestler of the year 2021, to the point where I was too hated for my own good, and that was all Kevin Sullivan's doing. So I worked with him as a booker, as a manager, and as a friend. He definitely talked to me on the phone a bunch of times during some rough patches that I had, and I always appreciated his friendship. Very good guy. Didn't really, especially towards the end, he never had a bad word to say about anyone. And I'm definitely sad that he's gone, but he was suffering a lot, and at least he's not suffering anymore. And I know he was undergoing depression towards the end too. So at least he's